Hello and welcome back to Play Game Pat, playing on No Man's Land. Today is episode 3. We are now in mid-spring. I went ahead and cultivated our field 2, so that is done. So field 1 and field 2 are prepped for seeding now. So we'll do corn in field 1 and soybeans in field 2. In order to get corn in, we're actually going to have to go lease some equipment. So we'll go ahead and get on over to the store to do that. So the plan for today is plant the corn, plant the soybeans, and then I'm hoping to be able to get some grass cutting in. We're going to have to make some hay, and then once we do have some hay, then I'll feel comfortable getting getting cattle going. And if we're able to make some of it into hay, I'll have to actually check the weather to make sure that we have drying potential. If not, we'll go ahead and just make that into silage. So I will go ahead and grab what we need and bring you guys back. Alright, went out and I leased this equipment. We'll just need it just for this one field here. So we'll go ahead and unfold this. Go ahead and drop it down. Let's get rolling. Now, at the end of the day, in-game day yesterday, I decided to go ahead and make one purchase. I did have to take a loan out to do so. Went ahead and got a sprayer so that we could get our fields. I'm not too worried about getting our fields fertilized so much, as we do have a couple, especially in this field, I believe that it'll be all the way fertilized. Not entirely sure, we'll have to check, but I do have to spray for weeds, and I know that I could go out and I could just get the little cheap weeders, mechanical ones, but in my experience I haven't had much luck with those, and I'd rather just make the investment now. That way I can fertilize as well if needed. And so we'll go ahead and do that. With seasons on in this, if any of you have played, the weeding is kind of frustrating in the aspect that it's so simple without seasons, because the weeds just appear in across the entire field, and you just just rip them out. But in seasons, as you can see on this field, in the middle there's already some weeds popping up. They just pop up when they want to, and in little clusters, so it's a lot more realistic, but something that we'll deal with. So that is on our farm, and we will have to pay that loan off. Hopefully with harvest, I don't think that we will necessarily keep any of our harvests at all. I don't even have a silo yet. To get one of those, we'll probably have to take out a loan. Well, we would definitely have to take out a loan if we're going to store our crops before selling them. I'll have to look at the prices at that time. Need a bigger weight on the front of this thing. But we're not slipping, that's the good thing. So I'm trying to contemplate on what kind of cows we should get. And I've kind of got an idea. And I think that we'll get cows, not this episode, but next episode. And as long as I remember, I'll show the type of cows. And if you're watching this, go ahead and I'll have you guys comment on which ones I should get. That should be kind of fun. So we'll wrap up this field, get started on the other field, and I'll bring you guys back at that point. Alright, I got the field 1 all planted and about ready to get started planting on field 2. Just putting some seed into our seeder here. This is the sprayer that we got. The Hardy Mega 2200. We'll be getting to using that later on. So we'll go on over to field 2. I haven't taken back planter over there just in case. I am kind of concerned pulling this seeder with this tractor on certain parts of this field up here. I'm pretty sure that it will be just fine, but I'm not entirely sure, so I don't want to return a piece of equipment that's a little bit smaller. That's a that one was a 4.5 meter and this is a 6 meter, so it's obviously takes a little bit more horsepower. But I think that we should be fine. There's just this hill right here, so we'll go ahead and unfold this. Pull this around. Go ahead and get started on a headland here. It's struggling. But I think we're gonna make it. I think that this is probably the steepest point of the entire on the entire field. So let's see. Yeah, we're good. We are good. So at the time of recording this episode, I haven't had anything more done on my toe. I do have an appointment with them tomorrow to probably take off the bandage. I'm not sure if they're going to be taking out the stitches. I'm already kind of trying to psych myself up for that. Last time I had stitches taken out, kind of a funny story. So I had a little surgery on my knee. I get all healed up. They go to take out the stitches. They take out the stitches, and I start feeling lightheaded, but I don't tell anybody because that was back when I try and tough it out. And I went to the front where they wanted to set up a follow-up appointment, and at this point I'm just drenched in sweat, and all I can remember is that I was just trying to get to my car. Just get to my car. I'll be able to, I'll get in the car. I'll literally just sit there for like 20 minutes. I don't care. I'm just going to blast air conditioning, put on some music, and just chill. I need to get to my car. And they're trying to set up a follow-up appointment. And I just said I'd call them. And I basically darted out of there. Of course, as soon as I get out, I can't even remember who it was, but I saw somebody obviously that I stopped that wanted to talk to me. It was, I think it was like a family member, maybe a friend or something like that. And so I talked with them for a second, and then I'm like, I gotta go. At this point, I'm starting to like see black spots, seeing stars, everything. And so I basically get out. So the waiting room, it was quite a big waiting room. I think it was for a couple different offices. So I get to the other side of the room, and I realize I'm not gonna make it. I'm going down. So I try to sit down, and in the moment of me sitting down, I passed out. And basically, I think I landed on somebody's lap pretty much, and he just kind of helped me get into a seat. And a couple minutes later, I just, like, I remember I sat down. I don't really know, like, nobody, I didn't have any medical professionals or anything like that look at me. I just told them that, hey, I just had stitches taken out and I just get queasy about that stuff. And so yeah, I went to my car, blasted some air conditioning, got home, and was fine from there. But moral of that story is that if you know your limitations, be honest with yourself. Don't want to be, I mean, that could have been really bad if I passed out and hit my head on a chair or something like that. Then it would have been a lot worse. So now I try to make sure that I'm a lot more honest with especially if I'm getting blood work done or anything like that. I got to I'll tell them, like, hey, lay me down, legs up in the air. And every medical professional I've talked to that's done that, they've appreciated that, because they'd rather not have me fall and them, you know, try and stick me. But I have gotten better. Still do have issues with the shots, and clearly, if you watched the last episode, I talked about how I believe I talked about, I'm pretty sure, about how I was really freaking out. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I just I don't do good with getting my stitches out, apparently. So just one of those funny stories that I'd share. We'll go ahead and get this field taken care of here. It's going to take a little while. This tractor's slipping. It's doing pretty good through the most part. We do have some areas where it's a little bit harder than others for it, but we should be just fine. So I'll go ahead and get this field done and bring you guys back when move on to the next task for the day. Alright, we're just wrapping up field 2 here, and I believe that we are done planting for the season. Go ahead and fold that out, drop that down. The one thing I want to look at here is, let's check out the weather. So it looks like we got some really good drying potential over the next couple days. Actually, it does look like in-game day tomorrow we might get a little bit of rain. That's 80%. Yeah, we're gonna go. We'll go harvest some grass for silage, and then hopefully we'll be able to get hay later on. All right, so I went ahead and I cut the grass, and oddly enough, I had recorded it, but that recording, we're not going to talk about it. It got a little messed up there. So cut the grass, just cut over on this little portion of the field, and we actually had some issues here. So it cut just fine, but I'm not even going to try and pick up all this. So that crone trailer over here, on the mod hub and in the store, it says all you need is 65 horsepower. Tractor I have says 100 horsepower. Here, I'll just show you what I was running into. Just trying to pick up to make some silage. So I picked this up. Runs just fine. Let's go ahead and turn on. We lower that. We're dropping down. We should be going 8 miles an hour right now. We're not even picking anything up right now because we don't have any grass in front of us. Going 4 miles an hour. And we're not slipping. Nothing's slipping. There's just something wrong with this trailer. I wonder if... I mean, the tractor does need some repairs, I guess. I wonder if that's it, but... I mean... if that's it, I'll be very surprised. My goodness. Going this 3 miles an hour, this was fast. Did this entire thing going 1 to 2 miles an hour. Because as this gets loaded more and more, the heavier it gets. And we've got, looks like a crow over there glitched out. Let's see if I can go say hi to him. Hey buddy, you okay? What's going on? I think I'll name you Skippy. Alright, I'm not gonna fiddle around with this anymore. Just gonna leave this here for right now. Gonna wrap up the episode here. First, I did want to get, if you do have an opinion on what cows we should get next episode, let me know in the comments section. I'll go ahead and give you guys the options here. We can pull up the different breeds right here. So we've got 2 different kinds of dairy cows, the Ayrshires and the Holsteins. We're not going to get those right now because we're not dairy farmers just yet. I do plan on doing a Holstein farm eventually when we work our way up to actually being able to afford a dairy farm, and without taking too much of a loan out, if at all. So we've got 3 different breeds of basically meat. We've got the limousines, the and I don't know how to pronounce these. Stallers and the Brahmin. And there's 4 different colors here that we can get. I'm thinking I want to get these, but really, whoever comments first on what you want, even if you just put a color, what color you want, I'll go ahead with that. If we want multiple in there, that's fine too. Just as long as they're not the dairy cows. So um, just look forward to finally getting some cows in here. Not sure how many we'll start off with getting. Don't want to go too small. I want to actually make some money off these. So, but that'll do it for this episode. Just to give us an overview of what we've done, we've gone ahead and we've planted corn in field 1, field 2 is soybeans, field 3 this is oats, and then field 4 we've got wheat. Also, leave in the comments section if you think that we should get some horses. Horses are kind of cool in seasons where they actually end up getting you money. You don't pay for them. You're just housing them. Thinking I might, once we get the oats, then we'd have enough in the fall when we harvest the oats, maybe getting a couple horses just to get some extra income. The oats would obviously be the food, so I wouldn't have to go out and buy any food to take care of them. I'm growing it right now. So those field 3 and 4, they are in the first growth state. So I believe that I could probably go over and fertilize. Actually, all my fields are fully fertilized. Are they? We'll have to go check. I think I've still got one more thing of fertilization. But so next episode might be doing a little bit of fertilization as well. Definitely do need to get down some weed killer, as I do see that popping up already on field 4, or that's field 3, and on field 2, even though we just planted that today. So we've got a lot of work to do ahead of us, but we're moving along steadily here. Thanks for watching this episode. Let me know if you like it by hitting that like button. If you don't like it, then go away. Goodbye.